Without mentioning his name, I mean, come on, Chef Kev.
Yeah, he's joining us now with a look back at some of the meals and memories you shared with Eric. You guys always had the best time.
Just characters over there playing around.
You fools.
Well, you know, everybody always asks me when I'm out, does Eric always have to be the first one to taste it?
Ah.
Yes.
Yes.
Eric was the first one in the kitchen. In the mornings, that's why we start bread in the mornings. Eric was like, hey, dude, we got to come up with something. You got to feed me something in the mornings. So that's why we came up with the bread. And that's why a lot of times folks don't see it. I might have a little separate pan going of a piece of chicken or whatever I'm cooking because he had to have it. But that's the way he was. He just loved food. And he told me, he says, you know you love me because you put up with me by never cooking broccoli and you know, like when I make something, peas in it or certain vegetables in it, I'd always make it without that. But you know, that's why I tell people, it's not what you serve, it's about the visit. It's all about the visit. And you guys know on Tuesday mornings, we just have fun. We have fun every day with each other. And that's what we're gonna miss. But you know, he's not going anywhere because he's gonna haunt the studio. I hate to say it.
That's true. You know, Chef, you're a legend in your own right, but when you became a regular on this show, you had some big shoes to fill, and that is the legendary Frank Davis filling that role of the resident chef. Talk to us about that transition and working with Eric and being part of the team there then.
You know, I've known Eric probably for about 25 years. And once I started working there, it's like you can't fill those shoes. You just have to take those shoes and stand next to them and fill them the best you can, you know, and put your own little take on things. Because there's no way I could replace Frank. Frank was his own person. There are people you can't replace, but thank goodness we had them because we could learn so much from them. And just, they taught us to be themselves. And that's the way Eric was, you know, and as many people as I could tell, they said, is Eric really nice? I said, Eric is the sweetest person. A lot of people don't realize that Eric married us, Monica and I.
Oh.
Eric got his license to marry. First, he married Greg Reggio. And I think Eric did it because he just wanted to go to the reception to eat, you know, to be truthful with you. But Eric actually came back a day early from Christmas vacation to marry Monica and I. And then he married David Bernard. So he was not only a friend, but he was like your brother. He was family. And that's what we're going to miss. But, you know, I'm sitting here right now on a cruise talking about it. This is the way he is. And he's up in my stateroom right now. He's up in the room here with me because, you know, he had to do things first class, you know?
We do know, Chef. What was Eric's favorite dish you made for him? Anything that you made that, you know, he said that he really loved?
You know what's crazy? He would tell me, he's like, okay, Kev, this is the one. This is the one. And then I'd make something else, and it's like, oh, okay, no, this is the one. But I think his favorite thing of all time wasn't mine. It was Monica's kettle corn.
Oh, that is hilarious.
That is actually hilarious.
Look at him.
Let me tell you what. That's it. Monica would always make Eric a big bag, a 2-gallon bag of kettle corn, and then she'd always have to send a separate bag for Emmett, and she would staple it up really tight so he couldn't get in it. You know? And then I'd have to call the house, or I'd swing by the house later on to make sure Emmett got his bag.
Make sure Emmett got his bag. Yeah, did he get it? Or did he tell you Eric got into it?
No. He said he actually brought it to Emmett, you know? Yeah. But it's just a wonderful person. And I think I know he's in me. And so when you just can't let somebody like that go.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so nice that I was blessed to be able to have him in my life as such a dear friend, you know, and just all the stories you hear. And I do have to say this, that we were in a club of men that our first marriages weren't successful. And I know we're getting personal here, but we used to talk so often, at least once a month, about how lucky we were to have found our Bethany, to have found our Monica. And that's a special bond that we shared, that we talked about often, about how lucky we were to find the women to put up with us and to love us and to stay with us and stand by us. And when we wake up in the morning, woo, she's still there. Thank goodness. Yes.
Well, Chef, we do thank you for coming in this morning. We love you. And so happy that you're with us and helping us deal with this too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
I'm
I want
sorry
that
I'm
big
not
hug.
there. I'm sorry I'm not there in person, gang. You know, and this is something I said, okay, I'm gonna get through this, because for the past couple of days I've just been hanging out by myself in the room, just kind of dealing with this, talking to him and talking to everybody. And I text everybody to make sure everybody was fine, you know, and we do have to tell each other we love each other. And for you guys watching, we truly do care about each other. You know, all of us, and saying this, but all of us in this business, no matter what station you work for, you know, Eric is right now probably doing the news, and Ed is probably right there next to him about to do sports, you know? And so it's we're a unique family in this business that we do, and we appreciate each other, and we love each other, and we care about each other. And you guys just keep him in your prayers, and keep Bethany and Emmett and Carla, his mother-in-law, and his brother and sister, keep them in your prayers.
All right, also John and Lexi too. Chef, thank you so much.
Thank you, yeah.